Hi guys, I'm on my way to the 2023 BMW Motorrad Days in Belgium. I'm gonna test ride the R18 and the R9T. I think the R9T is gonna be very similar, at least motor-wise, to my GS. But R18 is gonna be something completely different than what I'm used to. So I'm very curious to see like a huge Boxer engine, how it is going to behave. So let's see, I'm curious. Hi guys, I'm on my way with the R18. Immediately on very harsh Belgian roads, as you can see, the cobblestones, where Belgium is famous for in the cycling races. But actually, for a bad road like this, the bike is very comfortable. You can probably also hear it in my voice. It's not like it's not too bad actually. Wow, the torque, crazy torque in this bike. Riding it now for a few minutes. In the beginning, like the maneuvering of the bike when you're starting, that's very different to what I'm used to, because it's way more heavy. But in fact, the riding, once you're riding, all the weight is gone, and yeah, it's really nice. That's a bit more vibrations than what I'm used to, because that's also 1800 Boxster instead of 1250 Boxster, so obviously all the vibrations are amplified. But yeah, it's very nice. Also the details in the bike are, yeah, fabulous, really good. I'm surprised by this bike actually. Really cool. Also the Marshall speakers, I already tried it. Oh, that's fucking awesome. I rented in the US. I once rented the Harley Davidson Electra Glide, and that one also had speakers. And then I was cruising in the nice US roads with the speakers on, DC through the speakers. Yeah, that's memories for life actually. So this bike brings it back a bit. It's really cool. Only what I'm noticing now when we are riding a little bit faster is that there's quite a lot of wind wafting around my helmet. You can maybe even hear it in the speaker or in the microphone. That's something to be aware of. I think if you buy this bike, you might need to get a different screen, or just buy the naked version, and then you also gonna have that. Because like this, that's annoying. If you're gonna cruise, make some miles on the highway, this is gonna be annoying for sure. Yeah, really cool bike. The details are very good. Maybe I would have removed this 12-volt socket and put it somewhere at the saddle where you can't see it. That's a bit silly, because all the other details are so nice, and then you have this little stupid 12-volt socket. But for the rest, really nice. Also, the menu is better than on the big screen of the RT, for example, because you see this is really made for the big screen. The screen of the RT, you notice that it is just enlarged a bit to fit in the big screen, and this is really this is just a different software. It's the same layout as all the other BMW models, but at least it's made to fit the screen nice. That's really good actually. only struggling, or not really struggling, but have difficulties with the shifter, because it's like a heel and toe shifter. So I'm not really used to that. But yeah, it just takes a second to get used to, and actually it's very helpful. You don't have to put your toe under the shift lever. You can just shift with your heel. Really nice, actually. When you're giving some gas, when it's stationary, you really feel that it is moving from side to side. Really funny, actually. Really cool bike. Not used to riding something like this heavy, this big, and yeah, you actually directly feel at home. So yeah, congrats to BMW. I wouldn't necessarily buy a bike like this, because I still think Harley Davidson looks better, and it's still, in my opinion, it's still the real deal, because I'm kind of grown up with Harley Davidsons. My uncle and aunt always rode Harley Davidsons before, and I was living next door to them, so I really grew up with it. I have pictures when I was 4 or 5 years old cleaning the bikes with them. So really grew up with it. I like the lifestyle of Harley Davidson. I like every single detail of it. And yeah, that's something you don't have with BMW, or at least it's less. They try to make it a bit, because if you see this event, that's really nice. They have nice bikes, nice stands with some accessories in it and things like that. So they try to implement a bit of that lifestyle as well, but still I think still a bit of a rip-off, but it's a very nice rip-off. If you don't have any connection with the brand of Harley Davidson or BMW or Honda or Kawasaki, and you don't care, you just want to buy a bike that looks nice, feels nice, is nice, yeah, then this is something really cool. We're almost back, so we're gonna cut the camera and gonna ride the R90 Scrambler soon. By the way, guys, this route goes over one of the few streets in Belgium where it is legal to have hookers behind windows. As you can see, this is just normal route, and then you have like these windows here where sometimes they are just hookers, which is pretty special. I think it's not legal in most countries. So that's funny to see that BMW has this route in its or this road in its test route. I think you can see there's a lot of male employees in BMW Motorrad. So it was a very quick visit actually to the BMW Motorrad day. But yeah, I didn't have too much time today, so I tried to plan, or I did plan my test rides in the beginning. So I was hoping that a few other bikes would be available to test ride at the spot. They were, but only in the afternoon, so it's not gonna be for me this time to test the S1000RR and the S1000R and the XR, because those bikes I also would really like to try. but I was too late with making my reservation for them, because bikes like the S1000RR, they were fully booked for the full day, like not a single free spot. So it was actually pretty busy over there, because it started at 9 and it's only 10:30 now. So I would assume that that most people would come later. But still, the parking lot was already pretty full, and it was a big parking lot. At least it was pretty full with motorbikes. Also, some people came by car, but definitely most people came by bike. It was nice to see. Also, the organization itself was really nice. Loads of bike stands with accessories, and like Motorcycle Magazine had its stand over there. Like they had a competition to compete in. Yeah, it was nice. Also, the Jekyll and or Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, they had their stand over there to let the people hear their exhausts, which is really cool. That's also the reason why I bought this exhaust, just because I heard it on their stand. So I'm pretty sure if they the guys with the exhausts, if they go to like events like this, they sell a lot of exhaust. It's for sure. It's just so nice to hear these bikes and to hear the difference, because in an event like this they did bring quite a lot of different BMW bikes. So it's there's a very high chance that you rode your bike to the meeting, then you hear the exhausts, and then you compare it to your own exhaust, and then you're like, ah damn, that's really nice. I would also like to have it on my bike. It's the same with me when I heard it on the Utrecht Motor Show. I just the day after went to the dealer and said, okay, make a price and order it for me, please. It's just so nice. I really enjoy it. I have a few thousand kilometers on my Jekyll and Hyde exhaust right now, and yeah, it's really cool. I thought maybe in the beginning that I'm not really gonna use the button too much and just keep it in the loud mode, but in fact, yeah, you use it quite a lot, or at least I use it quite a lot when I'm in a small city in Luxembourg, for example. I just close the exhaust, and nobody is hearing the exhaust, because it's more silent than the original exhaust. And then you're out of the city and there is like nobody to see. Then you just open the exhaust fully, and you can just enjoy the nice Boxer soundtrack. And when you're just cruising around or on the highway, I tend to use the dynamic mode quite a lot, so that is like a little bit in between setting. Definitely a deeper sound than on the stock exhaust. It's really cool. Just to clarify, these test rides of the R9T and the R18, those were just 20-minute quick test drives. So this is not a test ride or like a big review. It's just the first impression video. In fact, it's I can't say too much about like the experience you will have with it if you have it for a few weeks or you make a long ride on it. So just nice to know the first impressions when you're used to BMWs and then you jump on a bike like that, the impression that it gives you. I would like to say that both BMWs impressed me, especially the R18. That's really cool. I was saying before in the Dutch video that I think when you get older and you buy a bike, or you buy your first bike when you're older, I think that's really what people expect the motorcycle to be. Just an easy cruiser, loads of torque, comfortable, reliable probably as well. Yeah, I think it's really cool. You just want to go for a ride of a few hours, eat something, cruise back. You don't expect any kind of sporty riding from a bike, and something like that is just yeah, perfect. It was really cool. It also looked really cool. And then the R90, yeah, for me, or at least the Scrambler version, I don't think it's the best looking BMW or the best looking bike. But if you live in a city and you wanna go to work with a bike and look good and be on a reliable bike and use it in a weekend to go for some sportier riding, I think that is a perfect bike to do it. It's really cool. You have also a lot of options to customize the R90s. Actually, BMW has a lot of options themselves to put on the bike. So that's pretty cool. Those are cool bikes. Okay guys, I think that's it for today. I would like to ask to subscribe and like my channel, my videos, and yeah, keep an eye on the next videos. There's quite a lot more to come, I think. Planning to review or have some more first impression videos on bikes. I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona next week.